Hello Zenith women and welcome to the channel. In the face of chaos, the lone wolf doesn't just survive, she thrives. Sigma females aren't your average protagonists in the story of survival. They're the plot twists. Known for their independence and enigmatic nature, they operate outside the usual rules of the game. And when extreme survival mode kicks in, their response is nothing short of extraordinary. Here's a fact. In high-stakes, life-or-death situations, people often fall into two camps, freeze or fight. Sigma females, they create a third option, outthink everyone else. While the world burns, they're the ones calmly roasting marshmallows over the flames, mentally 3 steps ahead of the chaos. What happens when they're pushed to their absolute limits? Well, forget the cliches of desperation and panic. Instead, prepare to witness calculated genius, silent ferocity, and the kind of adaptability that would make evolution itself take notes. Buckle up. This isn't just survival. This is survival redefined. Number 1. Shape-shifting between roles. When Sigma females enter extreme survival mode, their ability to shift between roles becomes a game changer. They don't lock themselves into a single identity or behavior. Instead, they seamlessly adapt to whatever the situation demands. If they need to lead, they can take control with authority and precision, but if the moment calls for subtlety, they can blend into the background, becoming almost invisible. This fluidity makes them incredibly hard to predict, giving them a strategic advantage in high-pressure scenarios. They can be calm and nurturing one moment, offering comfort and stability to those around them, and fiercely aggressive the next, ready to protect what matters without hesitation. This shape-shifting isn't a weakness or indecision, it's a calculated choice. They read the room, the environment, and even their enemies, and then decide who they need to be to gain the upper hand. In a group, this ability makes them both indispensable and untouchable. They can play the role of the peacekeeper, earning trust and diffusing tension, only to pivot into the role of the enforcer when lines are crossed. This duality keeps people guessing, which is exactly what they want. The moment someone thinks they have a Sigma female figured out, she'll change gears, leaving them scrambling to keep up. This isn't just about survival, it's about control. Sigma females understand that survival isn't always about being the strongest, it's about being the smartest. By shifting roles, they become adaptable to any threat or challenge, ensuring they stay one step ahead. Whether it's through charm, logic, or brute force, they'll become whatever they need to be. And that's what makes them unstoppable. Number 2. Radical recalibration of priorities. When Sigma females enter extreme survival mode, they undergo a radical recalibration of priorities that can be both unsettling and awe-inspiring. In this state, they strip away the noise of societal expectations, cultural norms, and any pretense of how things should be. Survival becomes the only lens through which decisions are made, and anything that doesn't directly contribute to their chances of making it through is ruthlessly discarded. They stop caring about appearances, status, or adhering to rules that no longer serve a purpose in the current reality. If something or someone is dragging them down, they'll cut ties without hesitation. It's not cold-heartedness, it's survival math. Every choice is measured against a single equation. Will this help me make it to the other side? This recalibration doesn't mean chaos or recklessness. On the contrary, it's often a highly logical, stripped-down approach. Sigma females aren't afraid to challenge conventions or break taboos if it means increasing their odds. They'll take calculated risks, prioritize unconventional strategies, and make choices others would find unthinkable, all because they've tuned out the background noise of societal judgment. This shift also sharpens their ability to focus on essentials. They know what matters and what doesn't, and they won't waste a second on distractions. What might seem radical to others is simply efficiency to them. They trade comfort for functionality, tradition for innovation, and sentiment for survival. What makes this recalibration so powerful is the clarity it brings. While others are paralyzed by the chaos of changing priorities, Sigma females thrive by redefining theirs. Their ability to shed old values and create new rules on the fly is what ensures they not only survive, but often emerge stronger than ever. Number 3. tapping into primal instincts. When pushed to the brink, Sigma females tap into a primal instinct that lies dormant until extreme circumstances force it to the surface. It's not an uncontrolled frenzy, but a raw, unfiltered survival energy that strips away all pretense and awakens their most basic, animalistic drive to endure and overcome. This isn't something they plan or strategize. It's an instinct embedded deep in their core, waiting for the moment when logic and reason aren't enough. In this state, their senses become sharper, their reflexes quicker, and their decisions more decisive. They stop overanalyzing or doubting, and instead act with precision and confidence, relying on intuition that seems almost supernatural. This primal energy isn't reckless, it's laser-focused. It gives them the ability to read danger before it strikes, to anticipate moves before they happen, and to respond with a level of intensity that catches everyone off guard. This shift is what allows them to dominate situations where others falter. While most people freeze in the face of uncertainty, Sigma females move forward with ferocity, channeling a blend of instinct and intelligence that makes them nearly unstoppable. They embrace the chaos instead of fighting it, using it as fuel to power through. But what makes their primal instinct so unique is how it integrates with their calculated nature. They don't lose themselves to blind rage or desperation. They harness this raw energy and pair it with their strategic mindset. It's a rare and terrifying combination. Primal strength guided by cold, logical thinking. In extreme survival mode, this instinct is what separates them from the pack. While others cling to structure or panic in the unknown, Sigma females thrive in the unpredictability, proving that sometimes survival isn't learned, it's awakened. Number 4. Resourcefulness beyond limits. When survival becomes the only goal, Sigma females transform scarcity into opportunity. They are masters of resourcefulness, capable of turning the bare minimum into an advantage. It's not just about making do. It's about innovating, problem-solving, and thriving where others see nothing but dead ends. Sigma females don't need ideal conditions or fancy tools to succeed. Give them a threadbare set of resources, and they'll find a way to make it work, often in ways no one else could imagine. Whether it's fashioning tools from random scraps, repurposing everyday items for survival, or hacking complex problems with unorthodox solutions, they redefine what it means to be resourceful. What sets them apart is their ability to think laterally. Where others see limits, Sigma females see possibilities. They don't just ask, "What do I have?" They ask, "What else can this become?" It's this mindset that allows them to stay ahead, even when the odds are stacked against them. But it's not just about physical resources. Sigma females are equally skilled at leveraging intangible assets like time, energy, and relationships. They conserve their energy when it's unnecessary to act and channel it into moments that matter. They forge alliances not for convenience, but as calculated moves to ensure survival. Their resourcefulness isn't showy or loud, it's quiet and relentless. They're not interested in being praised for their ingenuity, they care only about results. When others are paralyzed by lack, Sigma females prove that true survival isn't about having everything. It's about doing everything with what you have. This ability to turn nothing into something isn't just survival, it's an art. It's how Sigma females thrive in the harshest conditions and remind the world that limitation is nothing more than a challenge waiting to be conquered. Number 5. Stealth leadership. Sigma females excel at a form of leadership that doesn't rely on titles, loud commands, or the spotlight. They lead from the shadows, quietly steering the course without ever making it obvious they're in control. This subtle influence is their superpower, allowing them to command respect and inspire action without the burden of overt authority. In group dynamics, Sigma females are often mistaken for being detached or reserved, but this is a deliberate choice. They avoid unnecessary power struggles and egos, knowing that true leadership doesn't need to shout to be heard. Instead, they observe, analyze, and act when it matters most. Their calm decisiveness in critical moments naturally draws people to them. What sets their leadership apart is that it's rooted in action, not words. They don't waste time rallying others with speeches or grand plans. Instead, they take the first step, solve the hardest problem, or demonstrate the courage to do what others hesitate to attempt. This leading by doing inspires trust and motivates others to follow suit, often without realizing they're being led. Their influence extends beyond direct actions. Sigma females are masters at understanding group dynamics and leveraging subtle cues to guide others. A well-placed suggestion, a quiet nod of approval, or a moment of unwavering confidence can shift the entire direction of a team without anyone realizing the source. This stealth leadership makes them both highly effective and difficult to challenge. They don't demand loyalty or obedience. They earn it through competence, reliability, and authenticity. By staying in the background, they remain free from the pitfalls of ego-driven leadership, making them the quiet force that holds everything together. Their power lies not in being seen, but in the undeniable impact they leave behind. Number 6. The power of intuition. Sigma females possess an uncanny ability to trust their instincts, a skill that becomes their compass in survival situations. While they are deeply logical and analytical, their intuition often acts as a silent yet powerful ally. It's as though they can sense the unseen currents of a situation, detecting danger before it strikes or recognizing opportunities that others completely overlook. Their gut instincts are not random, they're built on a foundation of sharp observation and subconscious pattern recognition. Sigma females absorb details others dismiss. The subtle shift in someone's tone, the tension in a room, the smallest inconsistencies in their surroundings. Over time, this accumulation of unnoticed details fuels their sixth sense, allowing them to make decisions that seem almost preternatural. In survival mode, this intuition often proves life-saving. They can feel when something isn't quite right, even without hard evidence, and act preemptively to avoid disaster. Conversely, they can also sense when the odds are in their favor and seize the moment before anyone else even realizes it exists. Their ability to balance instinct with logic makes their decisions feel both spontaneous and uncannily accurate. What makes their intuition so powerful is their willingness to trust it fully. While others may second-guess themselves or hesitate in critical moments, Sigma females lean into their gut feelings with conviction, knowing they rarely lead them astray. This confidence, combined with their sharp intellect, allows them to navigate high-stakes situations with a grace and decisiveness that others struggle to match. Ultimately, their intuition becomes a secret weapon, one that transforms the uncertain and unpredictable into a domain they can control. It's not magic, it's mastery of their own mind and environment, and in survival, that edge is often the difference between failure and triumph. Number 7. Extreme minimalism. When Sigma females are thrust into survival mode, their ability to embrace extreme minimalism sets them apart. They thrive with only the essentials, cutting away anything that doesn't serve a purpose. It's not just about living with less, it's about living smarter. Every decision, every item, and every action is weighed for its true necessity. Anything that adds weight without value, physical or emotional, is swiftly discarded. This instinct for minimalism goes beyond practicality. It's a mindset. While others cling to comforts or sentiment, Sigma females focus on what will truly keep them alive and moving forward. They understand that in extreme conditions, holding on to the wrong things can mean the difference between survival and failure. It's not just about objects, it applies to people, habits, and even thoughts. If something doesn't serve the moment, it's left behind without hesitation. Their minimalist approach is also tactical. By carrying only what's essential, they remain agile and adaptable, able to move quickly and shift strategies when needed. Whether it's packing only the tools required to build a shelter or keeping their emotional energy reserved for critical moments, every choice they make is calculated for efficiency. What makes this trait so striking is their ability to identify what truly matters. While others are overwhelmed by indecision, Sigma females instinctively know what's indispensable for survival and strip away the rest. This clarity allows them to focus entirely on the task at hand without the distractions of unnecessary baggage, literal or figurative. Extreme minimalism isn't just a survival tactic, it's a way of thinking. Sigma females turn scarcity into strength, proving that when everything is stripped away, what remains is what truly defines you. For them, thriving isn't about abundance. It's about mastering what little they have to outlast any challenge. On number 8, thrive under chaos, not just survive. Sigma females don't just endure chaos, they transform it into an opportunity for growth. While most people in extreme situations focus on mere survival, doing just enough to get by, Sigma females take an entirely different approach. For them, chaos isn't something to fear, it's something to master. They view it as a crucible, one that forges them into something stronger, sharper, and more resilient. In the midst of disorder, their minds become clearer, their instincts sharper. Instead of being overwhelmed by the unpredictability of chaos, they adapt to it, even thriving within its uncertainty. They quickly identify patterns others miss, using the chaos itself as leverage to find opportunities where others only see obstacles. It's not about controlling the storm. It's about learning how to move with it. Sigma females don't waste energy wishing for stability or mourning what's been lost. They embrace the chaos as it is, knowing it's the ultimate test of their abilities. This acceptance allows them to stay calm under pressure, make bold decisions, and innovate solutions that would never occur to someone stuck in survival mode. The most remarkable thing is what happens when the dust settles. While others come out of chaotic situations drained and weakened, Sigma females emerge stronger than ever. They don't just survive, they evolve. Every challenge becomes a lesson, every setback a stepping stone. They take what they've learned and use it to prepare for whatever comes next, always growing, always improving. Chaos is their proving ground, the place where they redefine what's possible. For Sigma females, survival isn't the goal, it's the baseline. Thriving is their aim, and they do it with a tenacity that turns even the harshest of conditions into fuel for their fire. Number 9, mastering the art of manipulation for survival. When Sigma females are pushed to their limits in survival situations, they often tap into a quiet yet powerful skill, the art of manipulation. But unlike the over-the-top scheming or emotional games that many associate with manipulation, their approach is precise and calculated. They don't manipulate out of malice or selfishness. They manipulate with purpose to ensure their survival and increase their chances of success. This skill isn't about controlling people for the sake of ego or gain. It's about knowing when to apply pressure, when to create opportunities, and when to guide others without them even realizing it. Sigma females are acutely aware of the dynamics around them, whether it's in a group, with a rival, or in a high-stakes situation, and they use that awareness to influence the environment to their advantage. What makes their manipulation so effective is the subtlety with which it's executed. They don't push, they suggest. They don't demand, they guide. Sigma females know that in survival mode, forcing a situation can backfire. Instead, they plant the seed, then step back, letting things unfold naturally. People often follow their lead without realizing they're being steered. They excel at reading people, understanding their needs, fears, and desires, and using that knowledge to create favorable outcomes. Whether it's persuading someone to take a certain action, redirecting a group's focus, or strategically influencing decisions, Sigma females do it with a level of finesse that makes their manipulation seem effortless. The key to their success is precision. Every move is calculated, every word chosen with care, and every action designed to align with their larger goals. Unlike the reckless manipulation of others, which often leads to blowback, Sigma females' subtle influence strengthens their position, keeps them a step ahead, and ensures they come out on top, always with purpose, never recklessness. Number 10, burning bridges without looking back. When survival is on the line, Sigma females possess an extraordinary ability to burn bridges without a second thought. They don't hold on to people or relationships out of obligation or fear of losing face. Instead, they make a clean break when it becomes clear that a connection, whether personal or professional, is no longer serving their greater purpose. Unlike others who may linger in toxic relationships or unproductive alliances out of guilt, loyalty, or the hope of change, Sigma females are unencumbered by sentimentality. They understand that in extreme situations, emotional attachments can be a liability, distracting them from their ultimate goal, survival and growth. If someone or something is hindering that, they sever ties decisively without hesitation or regret. This ability to cut people off can be brutal, but it's also necessary. Sigma females don't waste time trying to fix what can't be fixed. They don't allow themselves to be dragged down by others' negativity, drama, or weakness. Instead, they prioritize their own mental and emotional resources, choosing to invest them in situations or people who align with their goals. The key is that Sigma females don't look back. Once a bridge is burned, it's gone. There's no room for second guessing, no room for doubt. They know that looking back can only slow them down. This sense of ruthless clarity is a survival mechanism that ensures they stay focused, resilient, and unapologetically free from anything that could derail their progress. In extreme survival scenarios, this ability to sever ties with precision and purpose allows them to stay agile, adaptable, and above all, self-reliant. Burning bridges isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength, a commitment to ensuring that nothing stands in the way of their survival and success. In the face of adversity, Sigma females don't just survive, they redefine what it means to thrive. Their ability to adapt, to trust their instincts, to cut through the noise of societal expectations, and to turn chaos into opportunity sets them apart as some of the most formidable survivors. They navigate the most extreme situations with a level of clarity, resilience, and precision that others can only aspire to. While the world around them crumbles, they don't just endure. They emerge stronger, sharper, and more prepared than ever. What truly makes Sigma females exceptional is their refusal to be defined by anyone or anything other than themselves. They are not bound by convention, nor do they seek validation from others. They operate on their own terms, mastering the art of survival with a quiet, almost invisible power that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Survival for them isn't just about holding on for dear life, it's about mastering the game, regardless of the rules. And, as the dust settles and others scramble to piece together what's left, Sigma females stand firm, knowing that they've already rewritten their own story. If you found yourself captivated by the strength and ingenuity of Sigma females, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss the next deep dive into the strategies, mindsets, and unbreakable resilience that define the most powerful forces in the world. Hit that subscribe button now and join a community that embraces the art of thriving in any circumstance. Stay tuned. Your next level of insight and empowerment is just one click away.